Good afternoon, YouTube. This is my first video, and I'm going to use this one as an intro. My name is Steve Gaddy. I'm a Sergeant First Class in the United States Army, which is an E7. And I'm a combat medic by trade, and recently they made me a recruiter. And I want to use these videos to show you the truth about the process of enlisting in the United States Army, step by step, from start to finish. Going to walk you through it and show you how, why, etc. My goal with that is to make you an educated individual so that you can walk into a recruiting station and be in charge of your destiny. Okay? So, I was born and raised up in Jacksonville, Alabama. Born and raised on a cattle farm. I graduated from Pleasant Valley High School up there in Jacksonville in 1993. While I was out there at high school, I played football, I was in the band, got into weightlifting, the whole country high school experience. I went to college at the Jacksonville State University there in Jacksonville, Alabama, and surprise, college wasn't for me. I had student loans to pay off, met the love of my life there, and we figured out that it just wasn't for me. So I went to work a series of odd jobs, doing random things, and figured out that life is hard, and I was stuck in a cycle. I used the military to break my cycle. And what I mean by that is all too often when I talk to potential recruits, they talk about how their grandparents were poor, their parents were poor, they're poor, and they don't expect to have any way to change their life. Well, the U.S. military can change your life. You don't have to pick a combat job. If you don't want to go to combat, then don't pick an infantry job. It's that simple. Pick a job that's going to set you up for success. I originally enlisted in the Alabama National Guard, 20th Special Forces Group there in Birmingham, Alabama. I went in there in 1996. I did that for a couple of years, and it just wasn't enough. So when I got out of the National Guard, I decided to go on active duty. That's where I became a combat medic. Once I became a combat medic, my wife and I went to Germany. In my time in the military, which is now sitting at 23 years, we've been to 16 places in the United States and around the world. Some of the biggest places that we've been to Germany, France, Luxembourg, Korea, Japan, the Philippines, Vietnam, England, Switzerland, and Italy. And then on top of that, we've been to several places here in the United States. All of that culminates with me becoming a U.S. Army recruiter, which is what I am doing now. I plan to publish a series of videos, different channels, if you will. The primary one, which is going to cover the Army recruitment process. In that series of videos, I'm going to explain to you the benefits. I'm going to explain to you how the job choices work, because in the Army, you pick your job. I'm going to explain to you the pay scale. And to make it crystal clear about the pay scale, I am going to pull up my pay stub and explain it to you line by line so you can see exactly the benefits, the pay, and everything that we are entitled to. I'm also going to focus on some of the most common lies and or deceptions. And then one of the biggest things I'm going to talk about is the education process. How is it that the Army pays for your college? Because you can come out of the Army with a doctorate degree that you got for free. It's that simple. And I'll show you how to do that. In all of the things that I'm going to show you about the Army recruiting process, I am going to provide you with links so that you can look it up for yourself, so that you, again, are an educated consumer. I will additionally provide you with updates at the first of the month when the Army publishes new, we call them messages, that dictate bonuses, right now up to $40,000. College loan repayment up to $65,000. And then all of the other changes that happen at a monthly basis. One channel will talk about cooking, pit smoke barbecue, cast iron cooking, recipes, how-tos, talk about smoking beef, chicken, fish, pig, meat grinding, everything you could think of. We'll also talk about auto mechanics and the how-tos that go with that. My daughter is 15 years old and she has her first vehicle. I am in the process of doing minor repairs to it and teaching her how to do those repairs so that she can take care of herself in the future. We're also going to touch on medications. Those are medications that are prescribed to me, and I will provide you with a review of those medications. How do they make me feel? Do they solve the problem? How do they work with the VA and my upcoming retirement? We will also talk about the Army retirement process as I work my way through it. Last thing we will talk about are whiskeys and moonshines. As we have traveled the world, we have had the opportunity to sample liquors from around the world. And we will provide you with some reviews, where you can pick it up, etc., for those drinks. Lastly, I will provide to you my contact information down in the description so that you can reach out to me via email or Facebook at any time whatsoever, should you have any questions about any of the things that we cover. Lastly, I'll culminate our discussion with this statement. The United States Army is not sponsoring these videos. They are not holding my hand in these videos. They are not doing anything in any way to steer these videos. So what that means is you are going to get my 100% knowledge given to you from the guidance that is published to guide us in helping you to join the U.S. military. I look forward to taking this journey with you and hope you have a wonderful day. Roll Tide. Bye-bye.